Hi Pisces, welcome to Pisces Tarot and Advice, and welcome to your daily reading. Let's see what's going on at the time you watch this video. So whenever you find it, that's when you were meant to find it. Keep an open mind. We're working with energy, divine timing. Keep an open mind, okay? Take what resonates as it resonates with you. Don't force anything to fit. Flip roles if you have to. Flip scenarios if you have to, as long as you can still follow the energy thread. Trust your own discernment, okay? And if nothing makes sense, it's just not your reading today, that's all right. Feel free to check out any other video on the channel that you do feel drawn to, because your messages could be there. Now this is for Pisces placements. Wherever you have a lot of stuff going on in Pisces in your chart, this could resonate. But if it's just a house in your chart, you don't have any placements that you're aware of, and you still found your way here, trust that there are messages here for you, okay? Now, your weekly is posted, and it was a doozy. So if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and have a look, okay? All right. What's going on for Pisces at the time they watch this video? What's going on? What do they need to know for their highest good at this time? And thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your feedback, your super things, your donations, for subscribing. You're lovely, and I appreciate you. Okay, what's going on for Pisces here? Let's have a look. Magician, bottom of the deck. That's good. Okay, you're in the flow. You're in the flow. This feels like things are happening. Things are bubbling. Things are percolating, okay? To where it's something you've been working on, things are moving. And it's important to keep going with it, to just know that what you're trying to work on is coming together. You may not see it yet, but just be aware. Things are moving, it is coming together, and you're going to see hints, clues, signs, symbols here and there, and it's important that you follow them, that you go with it. If that makes any sense? On a day-to-day level, the Magician can talk about an important conversation, an honest conversation, can talk about a meeting, a presentation, interview, that sort of thing. So let's see. In the current energy, we do have the Empress. Yeah, definitely giving birth to something new. Something new is coming about. Something new is being created. Taurus, Libra energy. In the challenge position, the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Having too tight of a grip on something, being too cautious, being too conservative, fearing losing a position, losing a thing, losing out on something. Afraid of making an investment for some. In the foundation, the Five of Cups. It could be that you've experienced a loss and it's knocked your confidence, which would make sense, right? For others of you, if you've been in a state of sadness, sorrow, maybe a bit of depression, kind of struggling to find your way, struggling to get out of some sort of funk, there's an opportunity today, okay? Again, give or take a few days whenever you're watching the video, but there's an opportunity to start something new that is beautiful, that is healthy. And what's going to hold you back is being afraid to leave that funk, because while it's painful, it's comfortable in that you know what to expect. See what I mean? In the recent past, yikes, Ten of Swords. Okay. This is a difficult ending that has happened. A bad breakup, a divorce, loss of a job, loss of an opportunity, loss of a home, loss of something that you invested a lot into, and it is bad, right? It was bad. This could be mental ruin, financial ruin, It's degrees. There's degrees to it. Not everyone is going to experience it the same way, but the Ten of Swords is not a pleasant card, no matter how you look at it, okay? It is something that is necessary, because what is ending in the Ten of Swords needed to end, and it needed to end for a long time. The longer we drag it out, the more painful it is when it does end. It's that kind of energy. It's rock bottom energy. But it's a necessary phase in our transformation process. Do you see what I mean? And you have been mourning this. You have been crying about it, sad about it, depressed about it. But you do have an opportunity to start something new. But there is this fear now, which is understandable. But I don't want to go through that again. How do I know this is going to be that again, right? On the mind, Six of Wands. The Six of Wands can be, I'm on my own. I choose to be on my own because I know I can trust me. I can't trust anyone else, but I know I can trust myself. Which again can be, in this instance, a defense mechanism. Because on the surface, you look very confident. Underneath the surface, you're still very much hurt. So it's just something to be mindful of. It's natural in this type of circumstance. There is something to be said for fake it till you make it, if that works for you. It did for me, for example. However, you still need to do the work. It's not ignoring it. It's just faking it till you make it to get out of the funk, but then you still have to go back and do the work when you're in a better place when it comes to your confidence. Do you see what I mean? All right, so what's happening today? We have Judgment. Here's the transformation process I was talking about. It's discretion in this deck. We have Justice. Wow. And the Ace of Cups. This is a big decision you have, Pisces. A big choice. Do you transform? Do you start fresh? Do you give yourself a fresh start with something new that is, it is something you want. It is something that would make you happy. It is a dream come true. It is something that would fulfill you. You have that intuition, okay, with Judgment. You hear that call. But it's a case of what are you going to do about it? Judgment and Justice. Do you go for it? Or do you let it pass you by? Wow. Okay. Now what I want to say is, don't rush yourself through the healing process, absolutely. However, if this is here now, it's because you're ready for it now. You may still have work to do. You may still have healing to do. We're never fully healed. That's never, 100% done in life. So it's just something to consider, because maybe if you've told yourself, when I feel like I'm 100% healed, that's when I'm going to put myself out there. You might miss out on this opportunity for no good reason, for something that is not a valid reason, right? Because it's not realistic to think that way. Do you see what I mean? You're never 100% healed. There's always going to be things that come up to the surface. There's always going to be things that we need to look at, address, correct, adjust, heal, release, right? That's just life. Rather, I would ask myself, am I stable enough to try something new as I'm still working on what happened? Am I stable enough to take a step? Because it doesn't have to be you overcommit to something. It doesn't have to be going from 0 to 60 and then keep saying it's 60. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be as simple as opening up to someone and just being honest about how you feel and what your concerns are and what your fears are, right? Let's get more cards out here. But this is a very specific scenario of someone who's just gone through, or it happened a while ago, but they're still reeling from it. A big, difficult, painful ending. Whether this is in your love life, or a lot of you will be, whether this was something that happened within your family dynamic, could be an actual loss for some of you, and my heart goes out to you. If it's loss of an income source, loss of a home, there was a big loss, okay? There's no fun way about it. No, it's ruin. It's rock bottom. And today, there's an opportunity for something you've been trying to manifest to actually come together. For some of you, what you were trying to manifest in a different situation, this one that ended, and it just never came together. It was a case of you were trying, it was the right idea, wrong person, right idea, wrong situation, right idea, wrong situation to invest in. It was never going to be what you wanted it to be, right? So that's why it ended, because what you really wanted was stronger than your attachment to the situation. What you really wanted and what you felt you deserved kind of is what led the process that took you through this ending in order to align you with the right opportunity, a fertile situation, to where if you invested in it, it would pay off for you. That is the right idea in the right place at the right time with the right people. Do you see what I mean? So you might tell yourself, I'm not ready, I'm not healed, I don't have enough to give, you might tell yourself those things. However, with the Four of Pentacles, it is a 4. It does talk about a stable position. So that tells you, you are ready for this. It is your choice. You are ready for this. You could go for this if you wanted to. You are in a stable enough position, whether that is emotionally, mentally, financially, health-wise, whatever the situation is. But what happens here is, but I've worked so hard to get myself in the stable position where there's still a lot of work to do, but I can just feel a little bit better about myself. It feels like I would be gambling that to now start something new that may or may not work. Okay? Be mindful of overthinking things. Why are you thinking that way? Does that come from the pain? Does that come from the fear? Right? Because as long as you're making judgments and decisions, judgment and justice, aware of why you're making that decision, then that's not going to be a regret further down the line. That's not going to be a missed opportunity. That's a choice not to invest in something. Do you see what I mean? But it's important to have that clarity of, this is my decision and this is why I'm making this decision. I recognize this. It has a lot of potential. However, I also recognize within myself this and that and the other. I choose not to go for this at this point in time. If it comes around again, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll find something else. But my decision at this point in time, based on these factors, is this, right? That's the judgment energy, where we have to have that higher perspective to see everything, to consider everything, and make a judgment call that has long-lasting impact and effect. So we have to take it seriously, right? Don't make snap decisions, because it will be made from this place of fear, and it may cost you an opportunity that you'll regret down the line, right? So it's just things to be mindful of. I know you're a bit raw, and you're a bit fragile, and you're a little bit vulnerable if this resonates with you. But this is where we have to pause and breathe and center ourselves. Find that balance within ourselves, the Justice card, to where we're aware of our emotions, but we're not allowing them to rule our decision making. We don't overcompensate, go on the offensive, I don't need anything, I don't need anyone, when we know we're lying to ourselves, right? So let's get more cards out. It's a tricky one today. All right. Clarify for Pisces, please. The Empress in the current situation. Queen of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This could be around motherhood for some of you, parenthood. Whether that means it involves your family or involves trying to conceive. Obviously, that's not going to be for everyone. But it's long-term investments. There's also been a progression. This is what I mean. There's been growth. There's been a progression. Whether you are aware of the fact that you have been healing, that you're actually in a better position than what you think you're in. Four of Pentacles in the challenge position. Six of Cups. Don't hold on to the past. Don't hold on to the past pain. Don't hold on to a past person. Don't hold on to a past dynamic or situation that is all the way ended. Okay? And that doesn't mean, for some of you, it does talk about, release that person. They've hurt you so many times. It's up to you what you do. You have free will, okay? But for some of you, with the Ten of Swords, and if you're still Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups, thinking about them, holding on to them, hoping they would change, hoping they would do better. If they came back around, you'd take them back. That's something you need to look at, because it's keeping you stuck in a cycle of pain. All right, I'm just going to leave that with you if that resonates. For others of you, this ending has happened. You don't want to go back, but what you're holding on to is the pain and the trauma. And using that as a blockage, whether you're aware of it or not, probably not even aware you're doing it. When you use your pain as a shield, I know what this says. This is going to end up the exact same way as that. This is another red flag. And when we start seeing red flags everywhere, because we're looking for red flags, and it's a natural reaction of trying to keep ourselves safe. Don't get me wrong. But in this instance, it's blocking you from creating anything new in your life or accepting anything new in your life. So something to consider, okay? Five of Cups in the foundation. Eight of Swords. See, this is what I mean. That's the prison you're in. Of sorrow and overthinking. Only thinking about that sorrow and only feeling that sorrow. This has been a loop. This has been a cycle that has kept you in a place of pain, in a place of fear, in a raw place. Today, your opportunity could be starting therapy or counseling or any sort of healing. Opening up, to that possibility. Asking for help. Admitting you need help. You could do with some help, because listen, this isn't easy. And you don't have to do it alone with the Six of Wands there. You might feel like you have to, or you might tell yourself that you have to, but you really don't have to, okay? You're not alone. You have tools, you have resources, people happy and willing to just be there for you and guide you, help you, teach you, show you, hear you out, if nothing else, right? But it has to be us, the ones that open up to that, right? No one's going to force us. Ten of Swords in the past. Eight of Pentacles. This is something that no matter how much work you put into it, it was never going to be what you wanted it to be, because it was one-sided. You were the only one doing the work. And you've tried a number of times with this person or this situation or this idea or this particular path or with this particular approach in this particular dynamic. You tried, you kept trying to make it better. You kept trying to make it better. That's the Eight of Pentacles, trying to perfect it, trying to make it better, trying to make it healthy. But you were trying to, it's either you were trying to change someone who didn't want to change. And I'm not saying like you were trying to change them, you were trying to help them. You were trying to help them grow, help them develop. You were trying to do good things for them, right? Show them a better way, whatever you want to call it. They did not want that for themselves. So it was never going to be what you were hoping it would be. It's a dead-end job that you were never going to advance in. They were never going to recognize you. They would have kept you as a permanent apprentice. This situation was never going to show you the value, the appreciation, the respect that you deserve, no matter what you did in it, no matter what you did for it. I see you've put a lot of work into it. I see how much effort you put in there. I see how much time you invested, how much money you invested. I see that. I really, really do. That's why you have the Ten of Swords showing up, not the Three of Swords. It wasn't just a little blip on the scanner of, yeah, well, that didn't work out. Oh, well. It ruined you. It really, yeah. Okay? You did feel like you lost everything. You did feel like it was a waste of your time. And it was a lot of time. And it was a lot of other resources invested. And it did feel like that was just a waste. What I want to say with that is, as long as we learn from the experiences we go through, if we learn from them, they're never mistakes. They're lessons. All right? So if that helps you. Six of Wands on the mind. The devil. Be careful of overcompensating at this point. Be careful of, again, ego taking over. I don't need anyone. I don't care. I don't feel anything. I don't want anything. I don't trust anyone. Be careful. Healthy ego is required. It's necessary. It's what keeps us safe. But when it goes overboard, it keeps us stuck in an unhealthy place, in an unhealthy perception, in an unhealthy energy. Be mindful of avoiding looking at some trauma. Be mindful of avoiding your healing, because you won't be able to run away from it, I can tell you that. So be mindful of escapism behavior that you justify. This could be someone you're dealing with and they're trying to come back, portraying that they're different, they're changed, they're, be mindful, they haven't changed. This is where you see that person posting everything online like they're living their best life, as they say, because they're trying to make you hurt, because they're trying to show you, I don't need you. They're coming from a hurt place, but that's a them problem. How they handle it is a them problem. For you, if you get triggered by it, then that tells you, okay, there's a wound here that's still open that it needs to be looked at, it needs to be addressed. But be mindful of being too proud to ask for help. Be mindful of being too proud to say you need help, to say you could do with some help, to even say, hey, I'm struggling. Be mindful of being too proud to even say that, okay? Because with the Empress here, there's someone or a group of people around you that's very supportive, very nurturing, or there are support groups available that would be understanding and very supportive and very nurturing, not criticize you, not judge you, help you through the process. But you have to be open to it, right? Or whoever, for some of you, this is someone you're trying to get to see these things because they're going through this, right? So let's see. Judgment, Justice, and the Ace of Cups. We have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. This is good because this is confidence. This is stability. And I see, so joining a group, an association, a new dynamic, a new relationship, a new friendship, accepting a new opportunity, right, is going to do wonders for your healing and for your confidence. Knight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords is also that decision you're making. Listen, we're moving forward. What happened, happened. We're moving forward. I'm mindful of what happened. I'm going to keep an eye on things, but I'm not going to live in that place of fear and just constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm going to get ahead of this thing. I'm going to use what I've learned to keep myself protected, but also to make quick decisions, because now I know what I deserve and what I don't deserve, and I can make quick decisions. I don't have to waste time anymore investing in something when I know it's not going to go anywhere, right? What else? King of Wands, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? So that's that progression with the Ace of Cups. So for a lot of you, you are making a decision. This is your scenario, okay? You're making a decision to open up to a possibility, to an option, to a person. This union, this partnership, this collaboration is going to do wonders for your healing and your confidence, to where you end up in the King of Wands energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. This is confidence on legs, right? I know who I want, what I want, who I want. I know who I am, where I'm going for it. And it's a king energy. It's not that you're being impulsive. You've thought about the risks and potential downfalls, and you've decided you can handle it if that happens. But your confidence and motivation and drive and perseverance alone is enough for you to reach your goal, is enough to get you there, right? And it leads you to a brand new beginning, a brand new path with a like-minded individual or group or dynamic or opportunity or place, whatever this is, with the Two of Cups and the Fool, okay? So to sum up, If you have been wanting to manifest this Two of Cups relationship, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups relationship in your life, and you had a certain person in mind, or you were with a certain person and trying to turn that relationship into a Two of Cups relationship, and you tried and tried and tried. That was what you were trying to manifest with the Magician. That's what you were working towards. It was the right idea, wrong person, wrong dynamic. It was never, it could not be the Two of Cups energy. It could not be. It just wasn't in its fabric and the nature of that relationship. And that resulted in a lot of on again, off again. It resulted in a lot of one-sided energy where you were the only one doing the work, the other person not so much. It resulted in a lot of sacrificing yourself to try to help the other person kind of catch up to where you are, and all that kind of mess that we've all been through, okay? The ending that happened, while painful as an understatement, was necessary for you to be aligned with what you were trying to manifest all along. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups relationship. The challenge now is for you to be open to it. For you not to let the past person or what they did and the aftermath and the echoes of what they did, right? And what happened. The echoes of that loss prevent you from taking a step in this direction. You don't have to make any big commitments at this point in time. All you have to do is take a step in this direction. It usually talks about just opening up. Okay? If this isn't romantic relationship, apply put whatever the scenario is that applies to you. It's trying to start your business. It's trying again. It's changing jobs, and you have an opportunity to go into a different field, a different industry, different way of making money. It's changing a friendship dynamic. It's overcoming addiction within yourself. It's reparenting yourself, and you have an opportunity towards a different lifestyle that will come across as new people trying to come in, new opportunities trying to be presented to you, new situations trying to pull you in, right? That's how you know the healing's working. You're starting to see new things, feel new things, deal with new people, right? Under the Magician, you have the Hangman. It's time to come out of the healing period. It's time to come out from that cocoon, okay? Because you're ready. Page of Pentacles, it's a new opportunity. It's solid. Seven of Pentacles, worthy of investment. Five of Pentacles, you do have enough. You are enough to get going, to get started. And you'll get more of whatever it is you need as you go. Four of Cups, don't let the past hold you back. Ace of Swords, it's time to take ownership, accountability. You are in charge of your thoughts. You are in charge of what you're thinking. You are in charge of your actions. Death card, you can turn things around for yourself. You can really start something new and very different than whatever you've experienced before. Why? Because you're incorporating all the lessons that you've learned, okay? With Temperance, it leads to a new phase in your life of long-term peace, balance, healthy partnerships, healthy unions, healthy dynamics. And the Star. Healing, growth, joy, happiness, optimism. So, I hope that helps you. I'm not gonna, because I'm just gonna repeat myself and confuse you. So we have, yeah, misfortune, Ten of Swords, again. This has happened. Mail, news, decision, communication, making something official. For some of you, this happened way back, and now you're signing some paperwork, and it's just bringing it all back to you. Some paperwork, right? About a commitment. Something you were committed to failed, fell apart. It was bad. But there was a reason behind it. There was a purpose behind it. And you're being aligned with what you truly want. It may not be in the dynamic you were hoping, with the person you were hoping, but it's what you truly want and deserve is trying to come in. See, we have the Lover, the Apprentice, and endings. It's a change, it's a transformation that is required for you to start over with a fresh perspective, with an open mind and an open heart. This is what this is, okay? What else for Pisces? Memories, success, and disingenuity. I told you, this is something where whatever you were attached to, it was never going to work. No matter how much work you put into it, no matter how much effort, how much you invested into it, it wasn't going to work because it was built on shaky ground, on false pretenses. And it could also be that an addiction that you're having to deal with, or a pattern that you've learned that is unhealthy, has been holding you back in life and was a blockage for you. You might not even realize. You're like, I don't know why this never comes together for me. But when you really look at it, it might be your perspective on things, right? If you expect something to fail, and then you have a moment of confidence and you're going, I'm going to make this happen. But that lifetime of expecting things to fail for you takes over, and it's self-fulfilling prophecy. So then you have to go back, dig deep. Where does that come from? Heal that. And now you have an opportunity to start something that will keep going. You see what I mean? What else for Pisces? Oh boy. Okay. We have communication, conflict, love, and home at the bottom of the deck. There's something new coming into your life, trying to come in. That is Ace of Cups, love. A source of love, a source of abundance, a source of just health, prosperity. That's what it is, right? In between these, there's mental conflict. I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I have enough to offer. It's just going to be another thing. It's just going to be another mess. It's just going to be, but what if it isn't? That's the conflict. Okay? And that's why it's up to you to make that judgment call and to make that decision of, okay, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to make the decision to let something pass me by because I don't want to risk it? And if that's your decision, that's your decision, but it's important that you own it and you're aware of why you're making that decision. Or are you going to say, you know what, it can go south, but I've learned from what I've been through. If there are red flags, I'm confident that I will see them. You know? How about if I just take it one step at a time? What would I be comfortable with in this situation? And you start there, right? Again, that's the first step. The first step, right, is to overcome that mental conflict. We have support through change, protect our home. You are protected through this. You can protect yourself through this. You need to trust that you're stable enough to do this, and you have support available, right? Or you're working with a like-minded individual who is supportive, who is more than happy to work with you in a way that you feel comfortable, you feel stable. Ideas, something new. Again, communication. So Pisces. Wow, okay, that's a doozy. Now this could be linked to the new moon that we've got coming up. When I'm recording this, it's like 2-3 days away. Which is a time to start new things, to plant new seeds that will grow, that will develop, to focus on what you want to manifest, not really what you're afraid of. There's always is the time to focus on what you want to manifest, not what you're afraid of, but especially during the full moon, a new moon. But yeah, something needs to be released, something needs to be addressed, seen. A big decision needs to be made because you have an amazing opportunity here for something you've been dreaming of and trying to manifest for yourself, but you've been doing it in the wrong circumstance with the wrong person at the wrong time, or do you see what I mean? And that's over. I want to be clear, that is over. And now you're in that phase of, am I ready to start something new? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it, right? But what I do want to say is, if it wouldn't be here now if you weren't ready for it now. Again, just to start it, just to entertain it, just to take a step in that direction, okay? Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's do a yes or no. Think of your question, phrase it in a way where you need a yes or no answer, and then pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you chose number 1, your answer is maybe. And with the Hierophant here, it's a case of it depends what you do with it. Okay. It will be what you make it, is what I'm seeing. There's also some sort of blessing you might need to get or give in order for something to come together. That's interesting. If you chose number 2, your answer is no. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of doubt when it comes to the situation. That could be your own. It's clouding your judgment, and it's telling you you need to have a clear mind if you're going to do this. You need to know exactly what it is that you're doing. For others of you, this is a case of don't be mindful of letting other people take advantage and like confuse you, gaslight you. You need more information when it comes to this situation, okay? So just be cautious. And if you chose number 3, your answer is no with the 10 of Wands. Again, I'm seeing an energy here where you might not see things clearly, or you're too tired. You feel too tired or too drained to have a clear thought, to have, a clear perspective on the situation. So it's asking you to pause, reflect, take a step back, center yourself, balance yourself, then look at it with fresh eyes and make your decision, okay? All right, so that is what I have for us today. What a reading. But I really, really, really hope it helps you, okay? Especially if you're going through this and it resonates with you, because it is a difficult time. It really is. But with a little bit of guidance, with a little bit of support and encouragement, right? You can get through it, but it's also what you're open to and what you're willing to do or not do, because no one can force us to do anything, and especially when it comes to healing, right? And the same can be said about someone you're dealing with. We can only do what we can do. We're in charge of our own behavior and our own decisions, and that's the only thing we can own. But we should own that, you know what I mean? The bottom line is this is an amazing opportunity. It could be, it's got the potential to be everything you ever wanted. But in order to get to it, you have to go through some pain, some trauma, if only just to review and assess and determine that, you know what, I'm different. I'm not the same person I was when I went through that thing. If only to have that clarity, Ace of Swords. If only to have that realization that, you know what, I shouldn't be afraid of this. I'm a different person. I would see that now if that happened. That wouldn't sneak up on me, right? Even if it's to just have that clarity. So open up, talk to someone, listen to something other than your own thoughts with the Eight of Swords, because you need to give the brain some new information and a new perspective, a different way to look at things. You're in charge of your brain, right? You're in charge of your thoughts and what you look at and how you focus on things. And sometimes we have to be the ones to say, you know what, ego and brain, I know you're trying to keep me safe and trying to keep me from getting hurt again. However, that is now standing in the way of us being happy, me being happy. Okay, so thank you for your work. I got it from here, right? I'm going to go for this and we're going to be okay, right? You talking to other parts of yourself. That could also be the situation here. So it goes deep, Pisces, but this is a really amazing opportunity. And you need to be aware of it, take it seriously. And whatever you decide about it, be aware that it's your choice, it's your decision, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I really hope this helps you. I'm looking forward to your comments, okay? Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. But I really hope this helps, okay? I'm going to leave it here. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.